previously. In our last episode, you would have seen us explore the beautiful Bicentennial and Margaret River region. We had a ball finding great swimming spots and eating our way around the local restaurants.
From Margaret River, we headed straight down to a van park in Augusta. We set up camp and waited for the sun to come out and hit the road for some afternoon sightseeing.
First stop was just down the road to an old waterwheel.
The old waterwheel was fed by a natural spring in the wetland to the right. It would travel along the wooden flume and over the wheel, activating a pump in which fed water to the nearby lighthouse.
It used to operate 24/7, delivering around 1 litre for every stroke. Now the water in the spring is so low it just trickles out, not enough to spin the wheel anymore.
Next up, we headed into Lewin National Park, a pretty tame dirt road which leads to a few coastal lookouts, like this one called Cosy Corner.
It was very windy along the coast here. No joke, I was struggling to stand up outside of the car.
We finished the park loop road, then it popped us out onto the bitumen, where we headed up to Hamelin Bay.
Now Hamelin Bay is known for its beautiful beaches and resident stingrays which frequent the shallows.
We walked along the beach to the southern point, where we found some unique rock faces.
The ruins of the old jetty is quite popular with photographers, especially on sunset.
Unfortunately, we only spotted one small ray, which I don't think you can really see in this footage.
Ah well, back into the forest and to visit another part of Lewin National Park.
We checked out this lookout, which puts you high above the treetops, and a nice view for a little rest stop.
We then did a U-turn and ventured back down through the forest. The trees were so tall compared to the old nav.
On our way home, we found this nice lush spot of greenery. We couldn't help but pull over and get a few snaps.
After working in the goldfields for the last couple of months, it was so nice to see and be around so much greenery.
Back at the van, safe and sound, happy with our afternoon adventure, we decided to stay only one night in Augusta. We checked out the next day and had a look at the local beach before heading off.
Hey guys, just left Augusta this morning. We're making some tracks southeast. Where are we going, Go?
We're going to Sids Bargain Campsite.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a good price campsite to stay at for a few days while we explore this around.
Bargain.
$20 for power and water, so we can't argue with that. All the other unpowered sites are about 15 around the area, so for an extra 5 and we've got power. So, yeah, beauty.
Yeah,
So off to Sids we went. His property is located on the outskirts of Northcliffe, another slight dirt track to get to the campground.
We got ourselves a powered site and settled in for the afternoon.
After 2 full days of rain, we decided to venture out with a break in the weather. We headed up to Beedelup to visit the King Jarrah tree.
Only a short stroll from the car park to see this monster Jarrah tree, estimated to be over 500 years old with a height of 45 meters.
On the way back out, we learnt the story about King Jarrah's birth tree and spotted some leeches hanging around. Ew.
While driving back into Beedelup, we spotted these wooden sculptures near the road. We read that these were handcrafted by a very skilled man with a chainsaw. Incredible.
Next up, we visited the Diamond Tree.
The Diamond Tree is one of 3 lookout trees which were used to spot bushfires from 1941 to 1973.
Mum, look at me.
The old wooden viewing platform is located 49 metres up the tree, and the only way to get to it is to climb up the steel pegs.
Cody's facing his fears. He's not a fan of heights, but he's given the Diamond Tree a crack.
No, I don't like it.
Well, while I waited on the ground, Ames continued to climb up.
Almost there. A little bit further. Just cut all the way down there. Woo! Made it! Up the Diamond Tree. First climbing tree. It's overcast today, but the views are still good. Might be able to see the Navara all the way down there. So yeah, Kurt didn't make it, but I'm happy I did. Alright, now to start the descent back down.
On our way back home, we passed this roadside stall and had to get some produce.
The next day we headed back west to explore a few spots. First up was the Bicentennial tree.
The Dave Evans Bicentennial tree is the largest of the 3 tree climbs at a whopping 75 metres up. To reach the final platform, you must climb the 165 metal spikes hammered into the trunk.
The steps on this one were a lot more vertical than the Diamond Tree climb.
At the halfway section. Still got to keep going. Kurt's having a little go. Hey Tat!
Hi.
Generally, after the halfway platform, the climb tends to get more challenging, more vertical and sometimes bigger spacing between the pegs.
Hey guys, so I made it to the top. Woo! Largest climbing tree in Australia. Check out these views. "65 metres up currently. It's a good climb. Skylight there. A few platforms as you saw coming up. But yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Kurt's down there somewhere. He's like a little ant. He's through the bushes somewhere there. He's green. There he is, somewhere there. Crazy. 2 down, 1 to go. Got the Gloucester tree to climb. Let's do this.
On our way to our next spot, we were driving through a beautiful forest. We popped the drone up for a few minutes to grab some photos and videos.
During our forest drive, we found another roadside fruit stall. We grabbed a few things and we were on our way.
Our next stop was into Beedelup National Park.
We headed off on foot in search of the walk-through tree. A good 1.2 kilometre hike to reach it.
Wouldn't want to be around when this falls over, eh?
Well, after half an hour, we reached the tree. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Now happy with seeing that, we headed back to check out Beedelup Falls.
Not the most impressive falls, but still flowing and nice to see. The suspension bridge was pretty cool.
Now it's time to head to Chudalup.
We aired down and then hit the track.
It was a busy little track, so make sure you stay alert.
Ta-da! It leads you on to the largest landlocked mobile sand dunes in the southern hemisphere. They rise suddenly out of the Karri forest and they are quite impressive.
The 10-kilometre long body of sand is being blown inland at a rate of 4 metres each year.
These dunes are a must-see. Put them on your list.
After a good while exploring them, we chose to turn around and headed back.
Finishing off the day with the last tree climb, the Gloucester tree.
The Gloucester tree is the second largest of the trio, standing at a height of 58 metres. It is probably the most vertical of the three trees, climbing the 153 pegs in which spiral around the trunk.
Getting close. Long way down.
Fun fact, only 20% of the visitors actually climb the tree to the top. Most make it only part of the way before turning back.
On top of the Gloucester tree lookout. Last and final tree climb. Jack.
Now, for our final day exploring the surrounds, we headed to a nearby mountain for a morning hike.
We just pulled up and we noticed solar panels in the tree, and from an electrical point of view that is very stupid because the bark is clearly covering the panels. Not only that, when the tree grows in width, the bolts will snap off and the solar panels will probably fall. So very silly and not very good for the environment either. So big thumbs down. I think next time they should just put the panels on the toilet block and that would be it. But no, very silly.
Anyways, that's our thoughts on the solar panels, but we're here to climb Mount Chudalup.
The hike is relatively short at only 1 kilometre to reach the summit.
Mount Chudalup is a large granite outcrop which at its peak sits at 187 meters high.
You start the walk through the forest, which then leads you to an open area with a boardwalk.
Another boardwalk finishes just shy of the summit itself. Although the weather wasn't the best, you can still appreciate the 360-degree views.
Hey guys, so I reached the summit of Mount Chudalup.
Took us 12 minutes.
Yeah, nice easy hike for a bit of morning fitness. You've just shown you the summit views, so now we'll head back down and head out to Windy Harbour, which is that way.
So let's go.
So we headed into Windy Harbour and out to some of the nearby points of interest.
We saw this natural window and admired the local flora and fauna. Some of these plants were pretty cool, we'd never seen them before.
We checked out some more lookouts and coastal views before heading down and into the township.
A recent fire had ripped through some of the nearby bushland, with the ground still clearly charred.
Still a stunning piece of coastline despite the grey clouds. We drove through the township, which was basically just lots of little houses. We suspect they are more holiday houses for people in Perth.
Well, after a busy morning, it was time to head back to Sids Camp and pack up.
We'll show you around where we've been staying the last few nights.
This is the communal area. Each night Sid lit a fire and all the travellers would gather for a chit-chat around the fire.
Sids is a very quirky place with lots of little things to giggle about. Check out the Northcliffe cougar. Haha!
It's a complete honesty system, with you placing your fees in the pink pig. At $20 a night for power, that is more than reasonable, we think.
Here's a couple of the amenities that were close to our site. There is plenty of quirky toilets and shower blocks spread out amongst the camp, plus a great camp kitchen as well.
Well, thanks for having us, Sids. It's time to make tracks.
Hey guys, so just left Sids after 5 nights there. It's a campground just outside of Northcliffe on Sid's property. What do you think of it, Go?
Yeah, good camp. You got power for $10. You got flushing toilets. There's no dump point. You got water. So
yeah, no dump point or rubbish bin. So you got to whatever rubbish you take in, take out. But he's got a camp kitchen. It's got some nice walks, which were good. We could take Rusty on a variety of walks around the property, which were nice.
yeah.
So thumbs up. Thanks, Sid, for letting us stay. Now we're heading to Boat Harbour Camp, which our Patreon trainers picked. So yeah, stay tuned.
Join us next time as we continue creeping east along the south coast and continue to find some more hidden gems.
Love our videos? Why not help support us on Patreon? Even just a few dollars to help us out would be appreciated.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Cheers, legends.